Today was a preliminary hearing for a woman charged with keeping her boyfriend's body in a freezer in their living room.
Still no arrest after a young Lexington man was shot and killed during an after party in Anderson County. The countdown is on to the Breeders' Cup in Lexington. Coming up, what celebrities will be making an appearance.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon to you. Amber Philpott and Jennifer Palumbo reporting. Sam has the afternoon off. We are learning more today in a bizarre death investigation case out of Pulaski County.
Police say Teresa Owens kept her boyfriend's body in a freezer in the living room of his home. She's charged with evidence tampering and abuse of a corpse. Victor Puente was in court this afternoon for her preliminary hearing. It's our top story at 4:30.
Today in court, an investigator said they don't have any reason to believe there was foul play when it came to Gary Jenks's death, but they said they're also waiting on more evidence to be processed. Jenks's body was found in a freezer in the living room of the home he shared with his girlfriend, Teresa Owens. Deputy Joseph Johnson said they found it on September 29th after his daughter reported him missing. Johnson said when they found the body, Owens told them Jenks had died on the 5th of September. And on the 6th, she had had Lowe's deliver a freezer, which she put him in. He said then Owens picked up Jenks's prescriptions at least twice after he died. He said she told them she was embarrassed at how dirty her home was and panicked. Johnson says Owens told them she thought he died of a stroke. The coroner didn't find an obvious cause of death, and they're still waiting on Jenks's blood work to come back.
Medical examiner stated that the heart was in really bad shape, had really bad arteries clogged up. As far as anything, any kind of been hit, one object hitting, anything like that, there wasn't nothing found like that.
The deputy also said when they first asked Owens where Jenks was, she told them that he had called her from an unknown number and said he was with another woman. When that didn't check out, they executed their search warrant. Judge Catherine Wood decided there was enough evidence to send this case on to the grand jury. In Pulaski County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Judge Woods also decided Owens' bond would stay at $75,000 cash or property. Still no arrests after a young Lexington man was shot to death in Anderson County. State police say they went to the Eagle Lake Convention Center after hearing several gunshots early yesterday morning. There they found 18-year-old DeMichael Bolton in the parking lot. He died at the scene. Hundreds of people were at the convention center for an after party. Earlier in the night, Kentucky State University hosted a concert there as part of its homecoming weekend.
A hiker fell to his death over the weekend at the Red River Gorge. Search and rescue crews say 30-year-old Michael Hacker from Goshen, Ohio, fell more than 200 feet. Crews say a nurse found his body at the base of Chimney Top Rock. This deadly accident comes just days after crews rescued two young boys who went missing in the gorge for nearly 20 hours. A Lexington man is in jail in Jessamine County accused of firing a gun during a fight. Police say Eric Pearson was visiting a woman at a home on Corshell Drive just before midnight when he got into an argument with her adult son. Pearson, who is from Lexington, reportedly grabbed a gun from his car and fired at least one shot into the ground. He's charged with wanton endangerment.
A man is in the hospital this afternoon after being jumped by a group of men. The victim told Lexington police he was walking down Georgetown Street around 6:30 this morning when four men got out of a car and attacked him. The victim might have been stabbed before he ran to a nearby home for help. He went to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. It's a nice start to the work week with sunny skies and mild temperatures.
But a change overnight will bring some rain and the possibility for a few storms. Let's check in now with meteorologist Jim Caldwell, but it's not sticking around, right?
It's not sticking around. The rain isn't, but that chilly air, it will hang around for at least a few days, and we'll spike back up before another big blast of cool stuff comes at us. Out there right now, we are fine because we're looking at a lot of low, mid, and even some upper 70s across central and eastern portions of Kentucky. High, thin clouds have been kind of leading out ahead of some of the showers that we're tracking, and it's thunder showers across parts of Indiana, which is what you see right there. Here's our high-resolution, hour-by-hour future radar. We go into the next several hours, and what you're seeing there is some of the showers, thunder showers coming together later on this evening into tonight, and then sweeping through eastern Kentucky and weakening considerably. So that's what you'll look forward to tonight with that type of little push of cool air and showers. So to break it down with our temperatures, by 11 o'clock tonight, we're around 65. Rain still in the area. Isolated chances early on to our west. And then tomorrow, we get all the way to 5 o'clock. We're only at 66 degrees during the afternoon and evening tomorrow, so a big-time change on the way. This is the first one. We get another one later on in the week, and it's going to bring 50s for highs. We'll take a closer look at that one here in just a little bit, Jennifer.
Thanks, Jim. Some businesses along Short Street in Lexington have had it with construction projects in the area and worry their stores won't survive. The Lexington Diner sits on the corner of Short and Upper, which is currently closed for construction on 21C, a boutique hotel set to open early next year. There are a total of 4 projects going on in that area, including a new streetscape for Short Street.
It's the combination of all those things combined. It's not just one project. It's like all these projects going on at once that's made it extra confusing and frustrating down here.
Tonight on WKYT News at 6, we'll hear from city officials about why there's so much construction at the same time. Amber is at the live desk with our investigative reporter Miranda Combs with more on what she's working on for 6. Amber?
Jennifer, thank you. You heard from that business owner. She's really upset. She is losing some big money because of all this construction.
Amber, she says she's losing between $300 and $500 a day, and ironically, her business opened up just about a month before the 21C construction started, so it's almost to the place now, a year and a half later, where she doesn't know the difference.
Sure, and she's not the only one that's dealing with all of this frustration.
And that was the interesting thing about this story, is just walking down the street, you could go into each store and get a different story. And just down the road from her on Short Street, there was a barbershop owner who's been there for 18 years and hasn't been upset at all until the last 7 weeks. And her big concern is the streetscape changes on Short Street. Basically, it should be a 2-lane road, but she says a lot of delivery trucks stop on the road, that the lane that should be moving, and make it a 1-lane road, which she says is dangerous for a lot of the people.
So you have to ask, all this construction going on at once, you have to believe it's because of Breeders' Cup potentially?
The city says the streetscape, especially on Short Street, is because they're trying to get it done before Breeders' Cup. But 21C should open early next year, and while that Upper Street, that portion of Upper Street is closed for 21C construction, they went ahead and did some utility work as well. So they're trying to get the most bang for their buck, but it's causing quite concern for a lot of the businesses down there.
All right, we'll hear more from them coming up tonight at 6. Miranda, thank you. Jennifer?
Thank you, Amber. The candidates for Attorney General will square off tonight in their first televised debate. Democrat Andy Beshear and Republican Whitney Westerfield will appear on Kentucky Tonight at 8 o'clock on KET. The countdown is on to the Breeders' Cup in Lexington. Organizers have announced actress and model Kate Upton will be a Breeders' Cup ambassador. This is the first year for Keeneland to host the race. The Breeders' Cup is one of horse racing's most glamorous events. Other ambassadors include Chef Bobby Flay, longtime Yankees manager Joe Torre, and Lexington-born actress and singer Laura Bell Bundy. The Breeders' Cup is October 30th and 31st. A Wisconsin man is the winner of this year's Ironman race in Louisville. Thousands of people competed in the triathlon over the weekend. Athletes had to swim 2.5 miles, bike 112 miles, then run a full marathon. This year's winner is James Burke from the Milwaukee area. It took him almost 9 hours to cross the finish line.
On Friday, the UK basketball team will take the court at Rupp Arena for Big Blue Madness. If you are not one of the fans who camped out for days to get tickets, don't worry. The show will be on the SEC network. This year's team showed off some of their moves last night for the 2nd year in a row. Their practice was televised nationally. It is time to dust off your bell-bottom jeans for this year's Bell-Bottom Boogie Bash here in Lexington.
Deanne Stevens is out and about today with how the party helps children in the foster care system. Hi, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys, from the Signature Club here, where they are preparing for a boogie bash. It's all the feathers that are getting in my face and my mouth. Cassie Sloan is with us from the Foster Care Council of Kentucky, and this is the third time you guys have done this. And I always see the pictures, and I'm like, I'm not missing it next time.
Don't miss it, because we hear that all the time. So tickets are still available. You can go to our website, thefostercarecouncil.com, get your tickets. It's this Saturday, 6 to 10.
And it benefits the Foster Care Council. Yes. What exactly do you guys do, Cassie?
Okay, we provide funding for enrichment activities for these children. Sports, theater, music, arts, we'll pay for. And we also provide individualized tutoring. We need to keep these children educated, help them when they're falling behind. They're going through such a turmoil time in their life that this is so important, educating them. They're our future. We need to make sure that their lives are enriched and educated.
So you're able to do that by doing events like the Boogie Bash. Having
Absolutely.
silent auction items will be here on Saturday night too?
We will have over 100 silent auction items. We've got the golden ticket that we will be selling. And the winner of that, of the golden ticket, will be able to choose from 3 different items that are worth $1,000 or more. So.
Wow. Okay, so you can come on out, check out the silent auction, do some dinner, do some dancing, and learn more about what the work that they're doing. NECO is also a sponsor. Nicole Cropper is with us. And Nicole, you guys work with the Foster Care Council. Talk about events like this and the difference they're making for our children here in Kentucky.
The Foster Care Council makes a huge difference for our kids. They provide services that most of our kids would not be able to receive otherwise. Last week they provided Tempur-Pedic mattresses to us, which was a huge, huge deal. They provide tutoring. Many of our kids are very behind in school. They provide after-school activities. They pay for them, and that's very important. Many of our kids have never participated in anything, so they do a lot for us. They're very beneficial.
All right, you can do a lot too. Come be a part of the Bell Bottom Boogie Bash. Get your bell bottoms out and get your boogie on. This coming Saturday, how do they get tickets?
Go to thefostercarecouncil.com.
And be a part of the fun this weekend. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Deanne. President Obama is offering advice to rapper Kanye West if he decides to make a run for the White House in 2020. The president talked about the fellow Chicago native during a Democratic fundraiser in California this weekend, where West also performed.
Do you really think that this country is going to elect a black guy from the south side of Chicago with a funny name to be president of the United States? That is crazy.
President Obama wraps up his swing through the West Coast today in San Diego. Well, if presidential aspirations don't work out, Kanye West could always become the next American Idol.
His wife, Kim Kardashian, Instagrammed this photo of the Grammy winner surprising the Idol judges, Jennifer Lopez, Keith Urban, and Harry Connick Jr. in San Francisco this weekend. Kanye performed his hit Gold Digger and received the golden ticket to Hollywood Week. This was the last audition city for the show's 15th and final season. We are coming off one great fall weekend today. Great start. Sounds like some changes are headed our way, though.
That's right, Jim, and it may not take long for them to get here. We could see some changes tonight.
Yeah, they're on their way. They're brewing just out to our west in the form of showers and some thunder showers across parts of Indiana, Illinois. And we've been tracking this for a little bit now. Look at all that lightning associated with this, basically in between 69 64 there. And that will continue working its way toward the southeast across the Commonwealth of Kentucky, giving us a better chance of showers and a few thunder showers as well. That line continues to really intensify. I mean, that's what we've been tracking here for a while now. So it's going to be working its way into our area. It's attached to a cold front. That cold front is really going to take a bite out of temperatures between today and into the day tomorrow. But look at what happens with the late week one. We get back into the upper 60s, close to 70 degrees, and then we get into the weekend, and we have a wild ride with those temperatures, as we'll be right back into the 50s for daytime highs Saturday, Sunday, even into your Monday. The best part of that, well, maybe the worst part, but the best part of it from a weather forecaster's standpoint is we could see some 30s out there as well coming your way by the end of the week and into the weekend each night. So basically Friday night through Sunday night, we could end up in the 30s, guys. So a lot of chilly stuff coming our way.
A couple of issues. One is outbound North Broadway at 3rd Street. There's an injury collision there that has one lane of outbound North Broadway blocked. That's causing problems leaving downtown, of course, headed toward the Circle. Broadway and the Circle itself looks okay, but then there's slowdowns too at New Circle and Georgetown on both the inner and outer loops, anywhere from Georgetown to Leestown Road. Not too crazy today, but that is one of our high traffic areas. Versailles Road, past the airport into Woodford County, looks okay. There's no delay there. Good news on Harrodsburg Road through the crossover with just one cycle of a light. And on Nicholasville Road, the backup starts just before New Circle, Lexington Green, out to Wilson Downing, and clears up past the mall. Now back to you in the studio.
To become a WKYT Live driver and download the Waze app, go to WKYT.com. Under the News tab, click on Traffic for more information. A first pitch, an ironic arrest, and a place for Will Ferrell fans. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
Former President George H.W. Bush in a wheelchair and wearing a neck brace throughout the ceremonial first pitch before Game 3 of the American League Division Series. The 91-year-old Bush is still recovering after breaking a vertebrae in his neck over the summer. With his wife Barbara by his side, he bounced a short throw from about 5 feet in front of the plate before the Astros-Royals game. Bush is a longtime Astros fan with a home in Houston, and for years he's attended dozens of games in seats just behind home plate.
Oh, he still got it for sure.
That's right.
Oh, the irony. Oregon police arrested this accused car thief who was wearing a shirt that says, "Warning, I do dumb things." Police snapped this picture of the suspect after a canine officer found him hiding in some bushes after allegedly stealing a car.
Well, fans of Will Ferrell can now party at a bar paying homage to the comedic actor. Stay Classy New York is a Manhattan bar featuring decor and drinks inspired by Will Ferrell's TV and movie characters. The bar will also host parties inspired by Ferrell films, including Anchorman and Talladega Nights. One of the bar's co-owners says Ferrell has been a constant source of joy for him over the years. It's unclear if Will Ferrell even knows about Stay Classy New York, but the owners say he is always welcome to drop in.
I'm sure it's very interesting there, to say the least. All right, stick with us. Here's what we're working on for you now at 5 o'clock.